In this video, I will teach you the Holy Grail indicator trading strategy. I will show you what indicators we will be using, as well as what settings we will modify. Then I will show you how to trade long, and how to trade short as well, and by the end of this video, I will show you realistic results you can expect from this scalping trading strategy by backtesting it 100 times. So stay tuned, and let's get straight into the video. Alright, so we are currently looking at a 15-minute chart of Tesla, and we will be using this chart for the entirety of this video. First of all, we need to open our indicators tab, because for this strategy, we will be using 3 indicators. The first indicator we will be using is called Best Holy Grail Indicator. We will be using this very first one by MCBW, so left-click it and you will add it to your chart. The second indicator we will be using is called Absolute Strength Histogram by G-Man Trading. Once again, left-click it once. Our third and final indicator is called Bollinger Histogram. We will be using this one by Raphael Zioni, so select this indicator, and we are done with adding indicators to our chart. Now when we leave our indicators tab, we can see that our chart looks very intimidating, but don't worry, because I will show you how to make this indicator setup look like this, and we will achieve that by changing a few settings for our indicators. So, let's modify our indicators, top to bottom, starting off with Best Holy Grail Histogram, which we can see on our Tesla chart. Double-click any line this indicator creates, and you will open settings for this particular indicator. So, open Style, and in here, we need to disable quite a few settings. We want to disable all lines, except line 1 and line 2, so disable line 0, 3, 4, and 5. Once you're finished with that, we also need to disable these last 3 between line areas, so between line 2 and 3, 3 and 4, and 4 and 5. Now, let's move on to Inputs tab. Change input from HLC3 to HL2. Responsiveness from 0 to 4. And lastly, Smart Execution Baseline from 0 to 1. This is everything we needed to change for this indicator, so just press OK, and let's move on. Now, we will modify our Absolute Strength Histogram, which is this histogram right below our Tesla chart. We open this indicator's settings by double-clicking anywhere inside this histogram. Let's start by modifying our style first. So, open Style tab and disable these last 2 line settings for bulls and for bears. When finished, open Inputs tab. So the first setting we want to change is our length value from 9 to 1. Next up, change smooth value from 3 to 8. We also want to change offset from 1 to 4. And finally, we want to change the value for display mode from 2 to 4. Now just press OK, and we are done with this indicator as well. Finally, let's modify our third indicator, which is this Bollinger Histogram. Double-click anywhere in this indicator, and you will open its settings. For this indicator, we will only change one setting, which is located in Inputs. We only need to change this length value from 20 to 9. Press OK, and we are done with modifying our indicators, as well as our indicator setup. Now that our setup is complete, let's see how to trade using this strategy, starting off with long position. Like for any other strategy showcased on this channel, I created a 3-rule blueprint for this trading strategy as well. I do this to simplify our trading, while maintaining the core principles used for this to work as efficiently as possible. So, let's go over our 3 rules we will follow. Rule number 1, our Holy Grail indicator must give us a cross signal. When our green line crosses this blue line from the bottom, we receive a signal that we are in a bullish pattern. This signal is possible because of our Holy Grail indicator, which is the core of this strategy, so we will always wait for this signal before checking any other rule. Rule number 2, in our Absolute Strength Histogram, our blue-colored histogram must have a value higher than our red histogram. Our blue histogram tells us how many buyers are currently in this market, and our red histogram tells us how many sellers there are. When our blue histogram reaches a value higher than the red one, we know for a fact that there are more people buying into this market than actually selling. This will be our second rule, as well as our second bullish signal. Our third and final rule is that our Bollinger Histogram candle must be green colored. We use this second volume indicator to be 100% certain that we are in fact in a bullish market. When the candle is green colored, more people are buying in this market, and when it's red colored, the exact opposite applies. As you can see, this Bollinger Histogram follows the same pattern as our Absolute Strength Histogram, but we need to use both, because there can be small errors in either one of these histograms, and we don't want to take any unnecessary risks. Now that we laid out our 3-rule strategy, let's see how efficient it actually is, on a real-time example. All you need to do for this trading strategy to work is follow our simple 3-rule strategy word for word, and you will be profitable. Rule number 1, our green line must cross our blue line from the bottom. Our first condition is met, and we received a cross signal thanks to our Holy Grail indicator. Our second rule says that our blue histogram and our absolute strength histogram indicator must be above our red histogram, meaning that it reaches a higher value. This condition is also met, so we need to look into our Bollinger histogram for our final rule, which says that the candle in this particular histogram must be green colored. All three conditions are met, and we can confidently enter a long position. Our stop loss will be placed at this blue line, and our take profit will be set to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. Now that everything is set, let's see how this trade goes. Success! Our prediction was correct, and we made a profitable trade. If you were to risk 2% of your account, you would have made around 12.5% of your initial account balance just from this one trade. If you still fail to understand this 3-rule strategy for long position, I highly recommend rewatching this part of the video, because right now, we will move on to short trade, and what 3 rules we will be using while trading short. Just like with our long position, we will also use a 3-rule strategy for our short trade, but this time all 3 of our indicators have to confirm a bearish direction instead of bullish. If you paid attention while I was explaining long position strategy, you will be happy to know that this strategy is almost identical, but with all values and directions reversed. So let me explain our 3 rules. Rule number 1, our Holy Grail indicator must give us a cross signal, but the blue line needs to cross the green line from the bottom. In our long trade strategy, we set a rule that the green line must cross the blue line from the bottom, but since we are trading short, this rule is reversed. Rule number 2, red histogram must reach a higher value than the blue one. This signals that there are more people selling in this market than actually buying, meaning that the price will go eventually down. While we were checking if the blue histogram is above the red histogram for our short position, we will check the exact opposite. This is yet another reverse rule. Our final rule is that our volume candle in our Bollinger histogram is red colored, meaning that there is more people selling than actually buying. This red candle always reaches a negative value, which means that the money is leading this market, so the price will go down. Now, let me show you how to use our 3-rule short strategy on a real-time trading example. Once again, we will follow the rules we set for our short trade. First, we wait for a cross-line signal. If the blue line crosses the green line from the bottom, we know that this is a short signal, so that's our first rule. Our second rule is that in our absolute strength histogram indicator, the red histogram is above the blue histogram. As you can see, it is well above the blue histogram, meaning that 2 out of our 3 conditions are met. Now let's check our Bollinger histogram for our final rule, which is that the volume has reached negative numbers, so our histogram candle is colored red. Our 3 bearish conditions are met, and we can enter this short trade knowing that we will make profit. So, like I mentioned previously, we will set our stop loss to blue line level. And we will set our take profit to 1.5 risk to reward ratio. Now that everything is set, let's see if we were correct on this short trade. Our prediction was once again correct, and we executed a successful short trade. If we were to trade with 2% of our account balance, we would have made around 19.42% profit. Before you leave and try this strategy on your own, let me backtest this strategy 100 times and show you what results you can expect to achieve. The importance of backtesting is something I cannot emphasize enough, and I believe every trader should do it because this is something that will put you into 1% of traders. You can record all the data by using Google Spreadsheet, or you can use a better route and use Trader Edge instead. Trader Edge is literally the best backtester on the internet. Thousands of traders around the world are using Trader Edge to get an edge on their competition. Trader Edge is 3 times faster than a traditional backtesting method. All you need to do is set your initial account size and a profit and loss per trade. Trader Edge will give you all the info you need about this strategy, such as the win ratio, the profit and loss, the maximum drawdown, and much more. Once you're finished with backtesting, you can save the results to the strategy library. Besides that quick and easy backtester, they've also got some other useful features on their website, such as the position calculator, which can be very handy for those who trade forex and commodities, the profit and loss calendar, where you can track your trading performance and make some important notes, and the indicators and strategies menu. Here you can find and download some super accurate tools for MT4 and TradingView platforms, and they've all been proven to work. If you're not entirely sure how to backtest, no worries, you will get a full step-by-step backtesting plan which has $100 value. If you're not sure how to build a profitable trading strategy, no problem, you will also get a full course on how to build a profitable mechanical trading strategy which has $270 value. And if you sign up right now, they'll also include 4 pre-made high-quality strategies that have $100 value. So that's around $500 worth of bonuses, all for free, but only if you sign up right now. Trader Edge has a 7-day free trial, so there is absolutely no risk at all. So go ahead and check it out. I will leave a link in the description below. Now, let's see what results you can expect by trading with this strategy. I finally finished backtesting this strategy, and I found out that this strategy is the best one on my channel. Out of all 100 trades, this trading strategy was profitable 83 times, meaning we got an 83% win rate strategy. With our initial account size set to $1,000, we grew our account by 724%, which is about $7,247. Our profit factor is 7.32, and Trader Edge gives our strategy score of 96 out of 100, meaning that this strategy works wonderfully. Now let's put this strategy on our list of profitable trading strategies. This strategy is the 5th one on our Trading Strategies Excel spreadsheet, and it has better win rate than all other strategies I showcased on this channel. As we add more strategies to this list, we will compare them and we will eventually find the best trading strategy there is. So if you want to be a part of this journey, make sure to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.